Yes, sir. Come on up.
This is Bobby Brinson. You see his signs over there.
Kayla is a flight nurse with Air Evac, and she is one of our special recipients of the in recognition of her outstanding contributions to providing for the public safety of the citizens of Brown County. And we wanted to give you this special certificate, and then they're going to give you a little award, a little treat over here too.
Perfect, thank you so much.
I don't know if he's turning the ladies
All right, camera right before us. Bobby, don't sit down yet. Daryl, come join us on this. Bobby's. Yeah, Daryl, put you right here. Bobby Payne this morning has a presentation, which we do every time we recognize one of our first responders. And this is a gift from North Lake Community Church and our partnership with the management office here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all so much.
And that's a $100 gift card from United. And again, that is to say thank you for your efforts, for your servant's heart, for the sacrifice you make on behalf of Brown County. We thank you. And that comes again from Brown County Emergency Management Office and North Lake Community Church. Thank you very much.
Thank you all so much. Thank you all so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, yeah. That and then
You get back.
the one that I'm printing off.
Even with my weight loss, I can only squeeze so far.
It's to you, if that's okay.
Okay, thank you. That's great. That's all the ones you
That's
have.
it.
Thank you.
All right, item number 4 is citizens' comments. I don't have anyone signed up to speak. I don't want to overlook anyone. Does anyone have any last minute requests? All right, item number 5 is consideration approval of agenda minutes from 4/18/22. I'll entertain a motion. You got those electronically?
I move we approve the minutes from April 18 as presented by the county clerk.
The motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor? All right, it's coming around. Item number 6, consideration approval of any treasurers or auditors reports. Do we have any? No? All right, item number 7 is our consent agenda consideration and approval of all appropriate action regarding the following items. 7A is an Adam, is Commissioner Kelton, consideration on our burn ban. I think we know what that answer is going to be, but
We actually got rain on the north part. We had a 3/4 inch of rain in the big city of May, Texas. I'm not sure. I know some others didn't get any at all. And we're still barrel where we had otherwise in the county.
We're looking a lot better, and I printed y'all off a map. This is a product of Texas Forest Service Predictive Services. Basically, the green up the map is getting a lot closer to us. You can see that yellow band in the middle, that's the transition, that's the dead grass mixed with the green. So, on the drought map, we're still pretty deep into the drought. Randy hadn't helped us out there yet.
Can we hold him personally responsible?
Fire activity's been way low the last couple of weeks. I don't think we're out of the woods yet.
I'm in favor of it staying in place.
I know, knowing that a lot of the county didn't get any rain to speak up last night, I think we probably should not take it off yet.
okay. I see no action on 7A is an Adam. 7B, is Lisa here? And I don't have the latest. I think our COVID stats are so low now that we can skip that.
Everything was 0 last week, so I hope it's still there.
7,
We do have 10 cases last week. And 1 hospitalized.
oh, okay. All right, thank you. I'm sure she'll be here next week. She started coming every other week. 7C is in Charles is Sheriff Van Seal, consideration and approval of payment of inmate or payment for inmate transportation van. I'll get it out there.
Good morning, everybody. How are y'all?
Morning, Sheriff.
Back on January of 21, y'all approved me to purchase a 21 express van, but it's turned out to be a 22 van. Anyway, I was gonna pay for that out of my inmate telephone funds, which is non-taxpayer money. But what we did last week, I utilized some funds out of that account to help take a little pressure off the Tahoes that we bought last year. So is what I'd like to do this time is get y'all's approval, instead of me paying it out of the inmate telephone fund, to pay it out of the inmate commissary fund. And the amount is $29,431. And again, that's not taxpayer money, so it's the funds we get from the inmate services.
What's your balance?
It's the 29,431.
No, I mean, is that the balance in the fund?
Oh, no, I've got, 80,000 or so.
Just curious.
Refresh my memory because we had first talked about getting like a 36 passenger or something like that. And then we found out that it needed a chauffeur's license and you didn't want to do that. So how many?
15 passenger.
15 passenger vans. So it's under a chauffeur, a CDL license, a regular
Right.
operator's
Class
license,
C license.
Class C. Anyone can drive it,
Right.
the Class C. Okay.
Yes, sir. And there's gonna be an additional cost, just a couple of thousand to upfit it, and I'll pay for that out of the same account, so that's not on the agenda.
Well, if we need a motion for that, I move that we allow the sheriff's office to buy an inmate transportation van out of the commissary funds. Is that correct, Sheriff? And the upfit.
I have a motion and a second by Commissioner Shaw. Any further discussion? Any other questions for the sheriff? All in favor?
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Sheriff.
On number 7, D as in David, Stephen McCrane has asked to address us for action regarding possible use of courthouse electricity during the Cinco de Mayo festival. Coming up soon.
Good morning, it is
Good
2
morning.
weeks away. Those that know me know that I like to ramble, so I'm gonna read it to be a little bit more succinct and value y'all's time. So I appreciate y'all letting me be here this morning. First of all, to start off, thank you for what you do for our county. I know it's unsung what you do every day and what you put up with and what you have to go through, and it's appreciated by the citizens when you do that each day. So one of the things that we need your help on, and the reason I'm here today on behalf of the Arts Council of Brownwood, to update you on Cinco de Mayo celebration coming up Friday, May 6th from 5 to 11:30 p.m. We're excited that this year's event will be bigger and better. We'll actually have the streets from the Lyric all the way down to Shaw's and Fuzzy's, Center Avenue, North Center Avenue will be blocked off on that Friday starting at noon. Of course, for such a big event, we have 4 outdoor stages and 1 indoor stage. It takes a lot of time to set all that up. We have contacted the individual businesses down Center Avenue to let them know, and they're in participation with it. The cities of Brownwood and the city of Hurley are a part of it in making it happen. So the other 3 sides of the courthouse won't be affected. So as far as to and from traffic that day, I know Fridays sometimes are tough. But the other 3 sides won't be affected. But that's just to update you on the event and what's going on next door. There will be 6 to 7 vendors that'll be set up in a wine garden tent that the Brown County Museum of History is putting on this side on North Center that require electricity. We've never had an event this way down for any festivals or events in the past. So therefore, when we're looking at the electrical needs, there's not any grids, there's not any setup. The city has one down next to the Lyric and then one on Center Park, but there's nothing this direction. When we've had events in the past, whether it be the reunion celebration or downtown, we always have had wonderful citizens, businesses, the city has allowed us to tap into the electrical transformer, the grid, basically, for events in certain areas that we've had that need. Y'all do have a box on this side of the courthouse. We are using a licensed electrician, Weldon Wilson electrician, Weldon Wilson Electric. I've talked to Stephen Wilson, had him come and walk to see if there are any other opportunities other than this, but he said he's familiar with that site. And we do have a liability policy for the Arts Council of Brownwood. We're using a licensed electrician. It's only for one night, and that's what we're asking for. As you can imagine, we put on such a big event. It drew 8,000 people last year, expecting around 10,000 this year. So the minimal cost for electricity difference for the county compared to what a lot of the other organizations, like the city's putting up barricades, manpower, and the other things, putting up the banners like they did and using the manpower of the Parks and Rec. What we just need from the county is the understanding that that side will be closed on the street on that Friday at noon, and also to tap into the electrical box on the side. Or if there's any other place that y'all have it on that side to help with those. The vendors that we have coming in are from all over the county, so it'd be helpful to have that for the event.
You keep referring to the art or the art? What are you saying?
The Arts Council,
The Arts Council.
Arts
Okay, the
Council
Arts
Brownwood.
Okay.
I'm sorry, yes, for the last 7 years, that's been the organization that's put it on.
One other question is, so if they're gonna tap into this, are they gonna put in some kind of permanent facilities on that? I mean, I don't know what they plan on putting in there.
Yeah, no, I think it's just tapping in. He can put an electrical, they call them, I'm not electricians, so it's basically a box like the Reunion had sitting out with a run to power 6 or 7 booths. They tie into it that way. So it's not anything,
It would be like,
Temporary.
temporary that you set up when you're, building a new building, a temporary.
they
Whatever.
call it gypsy box or different terms.
Just-
So he's looked at it and he's,
I wasn't aware that there was anything outside of the courthouse. What, if we need to get Carl in here, tell me what it is.
Right.
I mean,
that's where our main electrical comes in, the building, I believe, over there. in the
I don't know where you're talking about. I
Yeah,
don't know what it
the
is.
bottom floor that actually goes right to the basement, I guess Stephen Wilson's done some electric, or Wilton Wilson's done some electric for the courthouse. We tried to use somebody that was familiar with it to make it a good transition for that night. And it is on the bottom floor on that side, right in the middle of the courthouse. There's a
I mean,
box.
is it an access panel or is it?
It's an access panel.
Is it, or what? That's what I'm asking.
Yes, sir. It's an access panel.
Well, under the
And
circumstances,
you're gonna pay for Wilson Electric to make up this temporary, power supply,
Yes,
power
sir.
source.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, it's nothing permanent. I mean, down the road, if
Right.
it continues to be successful, it'd be nice if there was something this end that we could look at. But right now, that's not what we're requesting.
Okay.
Just the
We're talking-
temporary.
we're talking no risk to the county because you said there's insurance to cover that. We're talking somebody's gonna cover this temporary electrical installation, so the county would be out however much electricity was used on that one night or whatever.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I personally don't have a problem with that for the.
What do you think they'll be plugging into?
We have actually 6 vendors on that side, and then the wine garden tent that the Museum of History is putting on with the benefit, the sponsorship of the city of the CBB funds of the city of Brownwood and Early are helping put that event on. So it's 2 20-by-20 tents that just need clip lights, which most lights are LED now, so it's not a lot of draw.
You're not gonna have a bunch of.
No stage, no band, nothing that could be used.
electricity gobbling.
No food truck.
No, there's one food vendor that uses normal electricity, and that's all. So normal 110.
They probably cook with their propane.
Normally, yeah, and then normally they carry their own generators anyway.
So it's like I said, 6 or 7 vendors and the 2 20-by-20 tents that are just lights.
There's really nothing more annoying than a bunch of generators running.
I don't have any problem with that. What I was concerned with was running the extension cords out of every window on the bottom floor.
No, sir, no.
And we wouldn't want to do that for several reasons, but
Right, with that temporary grid, that's what we're
Yeah.
hoping, then he can feed it with a run. He's taking care of this end. We're really trying to be more organized this year. There's been some glitches in past years because the event was so large. We have more restrooms, more electrical, more vendors, and notifying the citizens in the community better this year, hopefully.
I think anything we can do to help bring events like that to downtown.
Jennifer, did you and I talked about this you told me about a week ago. Did you look into this at all?
Oh, no.
Do you have any trouble? You see any reason legal stuff? They're gonna be,
No, they've got insurance.
we have a licensed electrician gonna be doing the work.
Just one night.
Monday. No, I don't see
May
any trouble
6th.
with that. I think it's just up to you guys.
I'd make a motion to allow them to do the electrical connection.
Second. I'll second it. All right, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Any further questions? All in favor? There you go, sir.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
You'll
Thank you,
coordinate
Steve.
that with Carl in our maintenance.
Okay, yeah, Stephen, I'll get with Stephen, make sure those two are.
See, I had no clue before we talked about what we really talked about, so now I feel better about it.
All right, thank you very much.
So running the extension cord out the windows is kind of iffy.
No, yeah, definitely, thank you.
Just for the record, we did have external plugs put on the balconies this past year when we did the little remodel of the courthouse, but still, that's only 4 per balcony, so they wouldn't be able to do it.
On the balcony too.
No, no, no,
Right.
ground floor, right?
It's not,
Okay.
it
It's not
wouldn't
on
be
the
safe.
ground floor.
Wouldn't be safe. Item number 7E is an Edwards, Commissioner Worley, consideration and possible approval of opening sealed bids.
As you know, the court allowed me to go out for bids on a roller compactor. And we have received 2 bids. The first one, I think, was sent by email after I talked to a Kirby Smith Machinery at the conference in Arlington last week. I showed him the bid spec, the specification sheet, and everything. And since I don't have the ability to get emails on my phone, I didn't see this until this morning when I got to the courthouse. And I'll just read you what he said. It says, Gary, I have our bid ready for the roller we discussed, but cannot find an email to send it to anywhere on the website. He said, can I send it directly to you? Well, I didn't reply because I didn't see it until this morning. And then the next email from him is, please see the attached proposal for the roller we discussed at the Commissioners Conference. This unit is currently out of our Abilene stores, so delivery should be fairly easy. If you have any questions, please feel free to call me at any time. We appreciate the opportunity, and I look forward to earning your business. Again, this is from Shelby Whitley from Kirby Smith Machinery. And then the bid here, it states all of the specifications of the roller and down to the price, complete, delivered to the Precinct 1 yard here in town, is $128,265.
So you're gonna accept that bid like that? Yeah.
Well, I don't see any reason why we can't.
Okay.
Like I said, I ran into them at the conference, and you can
The cutoff date.
rule on this, Jennifer, if
What
you'd like to.
was the cutoff date on it?
Friday afternoon.
And this was received on,
I don't know, we have to look at the previous page probably. And it may have the time or go one more. It may have the time he
this
sent
is
it.
on April 22nd at 3:34 PM.
That's
That's
Friday,
Friday. at
22nd, Friday at 3:30. And the time was Friday at 4:00.
That's the
That's
cutoff
right.
was for? Yes.
And like I said, he sent it to my email. I didn't see it until I got to the courthouse this morning because I don't have email, my county email on my phone. I knew it was probably coming, but I didn't see it. Had Tiana print it off for me
Pass that
before
around her, please.
we ever looked at it. So I never even looked at it.
But it came in before
No.
the cutoff is what you're saying.
According to the date on my email. it is.
So do you think Jennifer, do you think it'd be all right to accept that bid? Or not accept it, but
Consider-
say it was in time?
In time. Yes, sir. I think so.
Okay. All right, the next one is from Warren Cat. It says, Dear Gary Worley, thank you for the opportunity to quote Caterpillar products for your business needs. We are pleased to quote the following for your purchase consideration. It says, used Caterpillar model CW16 paving products with all standard equipment in addition to the additional specification listed below. And it has all the specifications here. And price is $72,162.
Was the other one a new or used road?
It didn't say if it just said it was out of Abilene.
It says new net selling price is $128,000.
New. All right, this one is, let's see.
Actually, it's a 2018 model with 600 hours.
Doesn't have 600 hours.
2018.
This one right here.
600 hours.
Says 2019 with 950 hours.
If that's what SMU is.
Yeah, I think that's it.
I mean, I bought one several years ago and it came out of their lease fleet. I
Right,
purchased mine.
probably. I'm sure that's where this comes from too.
Matter of fact, we had it in lease when we purchased it from them. So after that, we purchased it.
It's got an extended warranty of 24 months, 1,000 hours. There, that's the
1,000 or
specifications.
less, it says, okay.
That's the specifications I set out. This is 72,162. Well, that's quite a bit less than 128.
A lot.
So I think we've covered this item, Judge,
Did you just get new
opening the
bids?
bids. And that's the only two I have. One from Warren Cat, one from Kirby Smith.
You ready to move on?
I think we've
Right.
opened them. Yeah.
So we'll move on from item number 7E is in Edward to 7F is in Frank, which is also Commissioner Ward of consideration of possible approval to accept sealed bids.
I move that we accept the bid from Warren Cat because it is, over $50,000 less.
What was how are you gonna pay for it?
I'm going to pay for it out of precinct funds. I'm not financing.
Are these as is, or do they come with some sort of warranty?
Comes with a 2-year warranty.
Did you make, is that a motion?
I move we accept the bid, or court allows to accept the bid from Warren Cat for a compactor roller.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion or questions? All in favor? Carries unanimous. Next is item number 7G is in George. Steve Adams is asked to come before the court for consideration of possible approval of the volunteer fire department's purchase of portable two-way radios to be programmed to the Brown County LCLA radio system, requesting the county pay the $17 maintenance fee per radio. We discussed this a little week ago, so.
All right, good morning. How's everybody this morning? Thank you
Morning,
for hearing me. Congratulations. Coming into office. I'm Steve Adams, 19111 County Road 218, Brooksmith, Texas. I am representing the Winchell Volunteer Fire Department. I think on the agenda it had Brooksmith, but that's not a big deal. I have visited with Daryl about this project, and I think I'm here more today for clarification than anything. I don't know that any of the volunteer fire departments at this point have come to the court with radio programming issues or asking for some new radios to be programmed. All of the radios that you guys have got for us in the past, we have had those programmed by LCRA. After visiting with Daryl, we've got one mobile unit that we need to have programmed. And we're kind of growing down there. We've got four young firefighters that are coming on board that we're probably going to purchase radios for, and we'll need those programmed also. As I understand it, currently, we can't program the radios ourselves because of the contract with LCRA. And you guys have been paying the maintenance fee on all of the radios that are out there at this point. So I guess the question is, do y'all want to pay the maintenance fee on radios that we purchase? Is there any reason for y'all to do that? Or if we pay the maintenance fee on those radios, do we need to come to y'all to have those radios programming approved?
Who are the radios coming from?
The radios are probably gonna be coming from LCRA, the Harris. We've got some Kenwood radios that may be out there that need to be programmed through that, but they're not gonna be, they won't be what are they, the Harris, the new radios are the Harris brand, and the LCRA was selling. And we've got some Kenwood radios, and we may purchase Kenwood radios rather than the Harris radios for a new firefighter.
Are they gonna be the 700 band or is it the VHF relay?
No, these are gonna be, well, we may have some of both, but anything that we do through LCRA, the 700, is like that.
So
Thank you, Darryl.
this is another the maintenance fee. Now, there was one that was actually like a user fee or what it was, and the maintenance fee, is that two different things?
The maintenance fees is $17 a month per radio that y'all agree to pay. Basically, it's, I guess, for lack of better terms, it's renting that radio spot on their system. It's kind of like a subscription. So that's $17 paid each month per radio.
And did we allot X number of radios to each department?
Yes, sir.
So, I mean, so we talked about the ongoing maintenance fee.
Right.
So I don't know how many did they have a certain specific number, or was there supposed to be some departments had more than others, or?
Correct. And that was based on what each department requested at the time.
I for one would prefer that every one of them have a radio if we can afford it.
Yeah, that's something that, we're pretty good right now, but any new firefighters that we take on, we're in the growing process right now, and bunker gear and all that stuff's expensive. We're in the process of handling all of that, yeah. And the radios are $3,500 for those Harris radios, the portable radios. Mobile radios more than that, but we're doing our best to, we're gonna have to purchase some radios, and we're okay with that. We just didn't know about the maintenance fee and how we needed to handle that. But the main thing we were after is we can't program our radios until we get approval from y'all to program any radios. I don't think y'all care if we have our radios approved, but rather than coming each time we need radios, and some other fire departments will be having the same issue, we just thought we'd see if we could get it clarified on what we need to do just to have radios programmed out in the county as needed.
Does there need to be a limit at some point on how many radios we're paying maintenance fees on? And I'm not trying to shoot you down here, but I don't want to, with an open-ended policy here, we just pay for anybody's radio that puts on the system, so I don't know what we originally started
Right
out.
now, we're just paying for the county-owned radios, the maintenance.
That's correct. And you're paying for all of those, all the county, I know Winchell had 12 portables distributed to us, and we've got every one of those out to individuals.
I think for the volunteer departments, there's 128 portables and I think 58 mobile.
I think that's right.
So I guess what we have to decide is whether we want to pay the maintenance fee on radios that don't belong to us.
Yes, sir.
$17 a month.
Yes, sir.
For how many was it?
Well, we're looking at purchasing probably 4 in the near future. And we've got one mobile radio that needs to be programmed now that we have.
Just to get a number
For all
for
they
that.
do for us, I'm fine.
Yeah, they do a lot of, especially the last month and a half,
Of course, I know that you guys would need to have you'd have to approve as they come. I don't know how you want to do that as far as the maintenance fee, if you want to do the maintenance fee.
I won't be jumping out there and just buying a bunch of them, it's expensive that they are.
Well, that's $816 right there for a year's worth on those 4. But I mean, so we're already paying a lot. I just say at some point we might want to think about, because we talked about that. I remember we talked about that. Everybody's satisfied moving forward, that's what to start with. And I think we said anything after that. I don't remember what we said. I don't think it was said anything after
How
that.
many, Winchell compared to, how many do we provide for other departments?
They vary anywhere from there's, I think May has the most, because they have the biggest membership, and they have like 22 or 3
Compared to how
portables
many we got for you?
compared to,
I'm sorry,
Compared to how many did we buy for you?
12. I think we were in the middle. I think everybody pretty much averaged 10 or 12, 14 radios.
10, 14.
Some of them needed, some of them may not have requested any mobiles and got all portables is the reason I think the May numbers up. Well, they may have got them later.
Yeah, they got mobiles also.
Okay. All right. So is this something you guys want to kick around a little bit or I'm not really here for an answer today. I'm not sure when the LCRA people are coming up to do programming.
Should be pretty soon.
But if they were coming this week is the reason I'm here today, in case we certainly wanted to have a radio program brought up there to them where they could program that today. If they're not coming this week, then we could revisit this next week.
You want to hear what I think?
Yes.
I think that we probably should go ahead and approve, allow him to get, we're gonna let him program, raise our frequency. The $17, we need to talk about a cap at some point, because we don't want to leave this open-ended forever. So we need to find a cap on the amount of radios, I think, this is my opinion, we're gonna pay for per department or something, just to keep it kind of fair, so it's not an open-ended policy. But I'm not against, since they have less than the others, I'm really not against doing forward on these, but we need some guidance in the future. And maybe you could come to us a plan for that, maybe we might adopt it later, perhaps, Darrell?
At this point, I think, and this is just me, I think we need to do it a case-by-case basis until we get this cap like Commissioner Kelsey's talked about. I don't mind the four new radios for Winchell, and we'll pay for those. That's $17 a month maintenance fee, and you're paying for the radios. And is there any charge to get them programmed?
Yes, sir. And I talked to LCRA this morning. It's a $50 per radio one-time fee for the program.
Okay.
So
Or is Winchell Volunteer Fire Department prepared to pay that $50 programming fee?
We are, if you guys refuse to do that.
Wait a minute, you used the word refuse there.
No,
I mean,
we are.
Hey, we're
Absolutely.
rather not.
Yes.
I-
Yes, we handle that.
Since we've already bought 12 radios and 2
We
mobile
appreciate
free,
that very much.
and
We're-
that was all in that deal. Any subsequent radios that you purchase, I'm of the opinion that we will pay the maintenance fee, but you need to pay the programming fee.
Well, that's as fair a deal as I can think of. Thank you for that.
Well, I guess I'll agree with that there, but I just say, I think it needs to come back. I would have asked that you come back with maybe a proposal that we.
I don't know how many other fire departments, I didn't visit with them about that. I knew that we had one radio that we needed programmed this week if they were coming up, and I wanted to get that taken care of, and I think you guys have kind of okayed that, but, yeah, as far as the other fire departments out there, I know there's been a couple of radios already that have been lost in a fire, ran over by a truck, different things that happened to them out there, but at $3,500, we're taking the best care of them we can. We've still got our 12 and they're all good. I think most of the fire departments, they're not expecting y'all to replace those or anything like that. So they're taking care of the radios. Just some things, sometimes that happens.
Well, like I said a while ago, I think we need to deal with this as a case by case until until Darrell comes up with a number that we need to set as a cap, whether it be 5 more, and I'm just guessing, 5 more radios per volunteer fire department, or 7 more, or something like that. If you come up with that number, then we at a later date we'll set that cap.
Some kind of comprehensive plan we can deal with in the future.
But for today, I move that we allow Winchell Volunteer Fire Department to, they're going to purchase their own radios. So they need us to allow them to program them, and we'll pay the $17 a month maintenance fee. They will pay the $50 radio programming charge. And that's my motion.
Mr. Brown, just a technicality, we all know Steve's with Winchell, but our agenda says Brooksmith. Is it gonna be an issue? Us approving that with the way it's worded?
I think it's fine.
If that's good, then I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Thank y'all so much. Appreciate it very much.
Thank you.
And Mr. Adams,
Yes, sir.
before you leave, I will donate the $200 that it takes to program those radios myself personally.
All right.
So,
Thank you for that. Yeah, the money adds up. As y'all know, we've been, and I'll speak for all the fire departments just quickly, briefly. I saw all of y'all at the conference earlier this week. We didn't discuss any of the stuff that I was gonna come to you with this morning. Matter of fact, I didn't know I was on the agenda until later on in the week, but, all the fire departments, there's been lots of fundraisers. We worked on this last weekend, the crawfish, the rodeo. All the volunteer fire departments are having, some of them are having their own, their hamburger dinners. There's all kinds of things that are being had at all the volunteer fire departments. There's been some events that have funded 2 or 3 different fire departments by themselves. The donations that we have received have been very good from the public. Brown County has stepped up and helped a lot of the fire departments. There's still a lot of maintenance and issues out there that some of the fire departments are still having to deal with. But in general, the fire departments are strong right now in the county and are ready to go on the next one. It's been really crazy how there was probably as many as 15 trucks knocked out of commission during all of the fires that we've had during the last couple of months. But I think if there only maybe 1 or 2 trucks that aren't fire ready right now. So it's been good. Donations have been good. May not pay for everything we got, but it does help pay for a lot of stuff. Thank y'all for y'all's support.
Thank you.
Any idea on the checks for the fire department on the month, the annual, does that go out April or May?
It's usually in May.
In May, that's coming up pretty quick. I just wanted to update on that. Thank you.
All right, item number 8, consideration and approval of payment of any bills.
Did you look at yours? Shaw, have you looked?
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to pay the bills as presented by the auditor.
Motion and second, pay the bills. Any further discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Item number 9 is commissioners' comments. I don't have anything unless Daryl does.
No, sir.
Pat, do you have anything you need to share with us? Anybody? So we meet on the 18th, the 25th?
I know we got some bills we didn't get to turn in this last week.
this is the 25th.
I'm sorry, I'm looking at the calendar.
Yes.
The second? Would it be the second? Is that correct?
Yes.
So, yeah, I know that we weren't here to turn in bills, so we'll all have a pretty good stack of
So the
bills.
second, yes, ma'am? All right, Sheldon, I'll show us adjourned.
Hold up, Shaw, you gotta sign this.
So,